Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't made a video here in like 2 years, and that's crazy, but I just wanted to pop on and do kind of like an updated quiet time Bible study routine to just share some of the products I've been using and just to see what's changed, because that was the last video I made. So I will normally start my quiet time. I do it in the morning, and I normally start off with prayer, and then after I do that, I go to this little journal which I've had for over a year now, probably like almost 2 years. I've been working in it, and it's basically a gratitude journal. So what I do is I write down 5 things I'm thankful for, and then I'll add the date, and I'll add in a little doodle. And this has been just a great way to, cultivate a heart of Thanksgiving. And I've been doing this for a long time, so this journal is almost filled up, and it's really cool to look back and see all the stuff I was thankful for. It can be super mundane, like you're thankful for coffee or for the sunshine, or it can be something more personal, like somebody in your life or an event. So this is a really nice thing I recommend doing. This is just a regular journal. I got it from Walmart, and I've just been using that. So after that, it kind of varies day to day. Typically, I will do some Bible reading plans, or sometimes I'll read a bit of a devotional or book. I just finished reading this book, and it's by John MacArthur, Follow Me. But some other books I'm reading this book right now. As an example, there's another one right here, The Truth of the Cross, I'm going to start reading. So I'll pick a little book and maybe read a chapter of something that's Christ-centered. Sometimes devotionals, like there's morning and evening. There's some other devotionals I'll work through at times. But it just kind of helps me get in the right mood to read something before I study the Bible. Or sometimes I'll just go straight into my Bible reading plan. So in the last video I made, I talked about the She Reads Truth Bible. I'm still using that, and this Bible has changed so much. It's growing, it's huge, it's chunky, it's full of notes, and I love it. And I'm going to probably have to get a new Bible soon, but I'm still using this and studying in here, and it's a very wonderful Bible. I'd highly recommend it. I'll link it down below. But sometimes I'll go through the Proverbs or read a Psalm. Other times I'll go through my reading plan. So for 2020, I've been trying to read through the whole Bible in a year, and this is what I'm currently on. I tore the page in half, but I'm almost done, and it's so exciting. So I'll just read the assigned passages. If I'm not going through a reading plan, I like to read Psalms or Proverbs or something that will just kind of get me in. Another thing I'll often do, typically throughout the week, is read ahead the sermon passage that our pastor is going to be preaching on, so that I can kind of get that in my brain, read it multiple times, repetitive reading. Also throughout this time, I'll sometimes work on scripture memory. And I don't do this every day, but I have been memorizing Romans 8 in 2020, and so I'll just turn to a journal, and this is just one I'm using right now, and I'll show you, and I'll just write the verse down until I get it in my head, and I go verse by verse. The simplest way to do it, lots of repetitive, lots of repeating what you've already memorized. And I'll just write it down and think on it and meditate on it. And so sometimes I'll also do that. I'm almost done with Romans 8, which is really exciting. So I want to get that all done by the end of the year. So I just need to finish that up. But I like to do scripture memory. This year I've been trying to memorize longer passages of scripture. But also memorizing Bible verses on themselves is really good, because it's good to have scripture hidden in your heart. So after I do that, and I've read in here, then it's time to move on to the study part. So I am currently using this study from the Daily Crisco. This is Come and See, and it's a study on the book of John. And John seems really basic, but there's so much that I've been discovering, stuff I never even thought of before. And going through this Bible study has been so helpful. This is from the Daily Crisco. I love all their products. I use like almost all of them all the time, so I'll definitely link that company down below, and it's so good. So sometimes I'll use this. I don't always do a deep study every day, but if I do, I'm currently working through this one on the book of John. I have a whole entire bookshelf full of studies from them. I've done ones on many other places, like there's so many: Ephesians, Ruth, Habakkuk, Nehemiah, there's James, Romans, all these different wonderful books I've studied using their studies. So I will do that. I read the assigned passage in my Bible, and I'll make any observations. And then if I have some more notes, sometimes I'll just take notes in my Bible. I'll try to pull up an example. So like I'll just write in the margins of my Bible. But other times, if I have more notes to do, I pull out another journal. I have so many different Bible study journals, and I'll just write basic notes, my thought, and it's really simple. I don't try to do anything artsy. I just try to keep it really basic in here. And then I will work through the questions and finish it up. But if I decide to do something different, maybe I want to study a certain verse or passage of scripture, I will sometimes use this abide journal, which I really like because it is broken up. This is also from the Daily Grace Code. It's broken up into Bible study, prayer, and then we have an adore section, which is kind of like a weekly reflection, and notes, which is where I did my scripture memory. But it's basically got broken up into different sections that you can kind of fill and like fill out. I know it's a little complicated, but that's great if you want to do something on your own. It's a little much for me to do for just studying passages every day, or like if I'm going through a book, there's a lot. But sometimes I have to actually done that. We'll do that, and I also work through the study. That's really deep. But it just kind of, it varies a bit day to day, but that's something I've been doing. And then typically I will close it off in prayer. There are many different ways that you can pray. Sometimes I'll just pray. Sometimes I also, if I'm doing something a bit different, will write some stuff in this journal. This is more just like kind of like just a faith journal where I can just put random stuff in here, and that's a great place. And then this is the last product, and I don't use this every day, but it's an amazing product, and it is the Coffee and Bible Time Prayer Journal. This thing is huge, guys. It's like a ginormous binder filled with so much good stuff in here, and I love it so much. And I don't use it every single day, but sometimes it's really helpful to go in here, and it's broken up into different sections like praise, confess, give thanks, petition, all those sections. So this is something that I'll sometimes do. And then real quick, I want to talk about a couple tools I'm using. I typically will just use the Sharpie pen. I use this pen for everything. Like, anything I write really is in this pen. I have so many of these. So I'll use this in my Bible. It works pretty well. If I'm writing in the Bible studies from the Daily Grace Code, they recommend using ballpoint pens. So this is one from the Daily Grace, and it says Amazing Grace, and it's just like a ballpoint pen. And then for highlighters, I have been using, I still love gel highlighters still, but I've been switching it up a bit and using these mild liners. They're really nice. I love the pastel colors, and it just kind of changes things up. I'm at the point in my Bible where I don't really care so much about bleed through because I've used it so much. But if you do care about bleed through, there are some great gel highlighters too that are really nice, and I have those as well. So that's basically it. I hope you all enjoy this quick random little video. I'd love to hear what you're doing in your quiet time right now. Maybe comment down below what book of the Bible you're studying or something encouraging. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.